The year is 2025. Donald Trump is back in the White House. His policies, once met with shock and disbelief, are now becoming the norm. This is the reality America and the world faces. But what does it mean? How will these policies reshape global dynamics? The answers are complex and frankly pretty scary. Buckle up, folks. We're in for a bumpy ride. Trump's return to power signals a potential shift in the global order. His America First rhetoric and transactional approach to foreign policy have left many wondering about America's role on the world stage. Allies are anxious, adversaries are calculating, the stakes are incredibly high. This isn't just about America anymore. This is about the future of global stability. Will Trump's policies lead to greater conflict, or could they pave the way for unexpected alliances? One thing is certain, the world is watching and holding its breath. The Middle East, a region already on edge, faces further uncertainty under normalized Trump policies. His unwavering support for Israel continues, potentially emboldening hawkish actions and sidelining Palestinian aspirations. The Abraham Accords, hailed by some as a breakthrough, might become a double-edged sword, deepening divisions while offering a veneer of progress. Iran remains a wildcard. Trump's approach, marked by abrupt shifts between threats and overtures, keeps the region guessing. The future of the nuclear deal hangs in the balance, hostage to domestic politics and regional rivalries. Stability feels like a distant dream. Meanwhile, transactional relationships with Gulf states persist. Arms deals flourish, but concerns over human rights take a back seat. This approach, prioritizing short-term gains over long-term stability, risks fueling regional arms races and exacerbating existing tensions. The Middle East under normalized Trump policies is a powder keg. The question isn't if it will ignite, but when. And the consequences, as we've seen time and again, will be felt far beyond the region's borders. In Ukraine, the consequences of normalized Trump policies are on full display. Trump's preference for direct negotiation with Putin, sidelining European allies, has emboldened Russia. The invasion, condemned by much of the world, continues unabated. Trump's calls for Ukraine to cede territory in exchange for peace have sparked outrage. Critics see it as a betrayal of a democratic ally and a dangerous precedent for future conflicts. The message is clear: might makes right, and the strong can dictate terms to the weak. The implications extend far beyond Ukraine. NATO, already weakened by internal divisions, faces an existential crisis. The post-World War II order, built on collective security and international cooperation, is crumbling. The situation in Ukraine is a stark reminder of the dangers of Trump's approach to foreign policy. It's a world where alliances are fluid, power is the only currency that matters, and the rules of the game are constantly changing. Section 4: Taiwan walking a tightrope. Across the globe, Taiwan watches with growing apprehension. Trump's policy, a mix of arms sales and economic pressure, leaves the island nation in a precarious position. On one hand, the U.S. remains a vital security partner. On the other, Trump's unpredictable nature and penchant for deal-making raise concerns about Taiwan becoming a bargaining chip in his dealings with China. The economic ramifications are significant. Trump's trade war with China, while ostensibly aimed at protecting American jobs, has had ripple effects across the global economy. Taiwan, heavily reliant on trade, finds itself caught in the crossfire. Adding to the uncertainty is Trump's continued ambiguity regarding U.S. military intervention in the event of a Chinese invasion. This strategic ambiguity, while intended to deter aggression, could also be interpreted as a lack of commitment, potentially emboldening China. Taiwan's fate hangs in the balance. Caught between two superpowers, it must navigate a treacherous path, hoping to preserve its autonomy without provoking a conflict it cannot win. Section 5. Unpredictability as policy, a global impact. Trump's foreign policy defies easy categorization. It's a blend of isolationism and interventionism, driven by a transactional worldview and a disdain for traditional diplomacy. This unpredictability, while initially unsettling, has become the defining characteristic of his approach to global affairs. Allies accustomed to American leadership and predictability find themselves scrambling to adjust. Agreements are renegotiated or abandoned altogether. The world, once accustomed to a rules-based order, is adjusting to a new reality, one where power trumps principle, and deals are struck with little regard for long-term consequences. This approach has emboldened authoritarian leaders around the world. From Moscow to Beijing, strongmen sense an opportunity to advance their own agendas, filling the void left by a retreating America. The result is a more unstable and dangerous world. Unpredictability, once a source of anxiety, has become the new normal. The world is holding its breath, bracing for the next tweet, the next impulsive decision, the next tremor in the global order. Section 6. A New World Order? 5 years into Trump's second term, the world is a very different place. The rules-based international order, carefully built over decades, lies in tatters. Alliances are frayed, trust is in short supply. In its place, a new order is emerging, one defined by transactional relationships, great power competition, and a retreat from multilateralism. Expert opinions on the long-term consequences of this shift are divided. Some argue that it's merely a course correction, a necessary rebalancing of global power. Others warn of a more dangerous and unstable world, where conflict is more likely and cooperation more difficult. Public sentiment is equally mixed. While some welcome a more assertive America, others lament the loss of its moral standing and global leadership. The world watches, uncertain of what the future holds. One thing is certain: the normalization of Trump's policies has fundamentally reshaped the global landscape. Whether this new world order will lead to greater stability or increased conflict remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the stakes have never been higher.